Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. We're here live in London doing the nighttime devotion. The devotion was called Conflict Encouraged by Ellen White. The title today, Let Us Build. Nehemiah 2, verse 18. Then I told them of the hand of my God which was good upon me, and they said, Let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for this good work. With sorrow-stricken heart, the visitor from afar gazed upon the ruined defences of his loved Jerusalem. And it's not thus that angels of heaven survey the condition of the church of Christ. And is it not thus that angels of heaven survey the condition of the church of Christ? Like the dwellers at Jerusalem, we become accustomed to existing evils and often are content while making no effort to remedy them. But how are these evils regarded by beings divinely illuminated? Do not they, like Nehemiah, look with sorrow-burdened heart upon ruined walls and gates burned with fire? Nehemiah bore a royal commission requiring the inhabitants to cooperate with him in rebuilding the walls of the city, but he did not depend upon the exercise of authority. He sought rather to gain the confidence and sympathy of the people, knowing that a union of hearts as well as of hands was essential in the great work before them. There is need of Nehemiahs in the church today. Not men who can pray and preach only, but men whose prayers and sermons are braced with firm and eager purpose. The success attending Nehemiah's efforts shows what prayer, faith, and wise, energetic action will accomplish. The spirit manifested by the leader will be, to a great extent, reflected by the people. If the leaders professing to believe the solemn important truths that are to test the world at this time manifest no ardent zeal to prepare a people to stand in the day of God, we must expect the church to be careless, indolent, and pleasure-loving. Nehemiah was a reformer, a great man raised up for an important time. As he came in contact with evil and every kind of opposition, fresh courage and zeal were aroused. His energy and determination inspired the people of Jerusalem, and strength and courage took the place of feebleness and discouragement. His only purpose, his high hope, his cheerful consecration to the work were contagious. The people caught the enthusiasm of their leader, and in his sphere, each man became a Nehemiah and helped to make stronger the hand and the heart of his neighbor. An important lesson here. Let us build. I remember a church I used to attend needed decorating, or the hall needed decorating because it was getting a bit shabby. And in my view, if you can paint, then paint the hall. So they had quotes come in from decorators, how much they would charge the cost to paint the hall. And yet there were people in the church that could do the work. And I wasn't aware of this, but it turns out that someone who did attend the church that could paint gave a cheaper quote to paint the church hall. Now, I'm not going to judge anyone for this because it's not my place to judge, but maybe he wasn't working, so it was a source of helping him out with some money to paint the church hall. But personally, I believe that if your church needs work doing, then if there's someone in the church that can do it, or from another church, then just do it, because it's the house of God. But here, it makes a good point. Jerusalem was in a state. The walls were broken down, the gates burnt, doors burnt. It was a state. It was not secure. And it compares the church to ourselves. What's the state of our walls, of our defenses? And our defenses are here, 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 and of course here. We need to guard those places. Nehemiah was charged to rebuild the defenses of Jerusalem. And instead of just going out and finding people that could do it, he went to the people, spoke to them with love, in faith, through prayer. He was considered a reformer because he used the talents God had blessed him with to speak to the people, to arouse them to have the same zeal as he had, the same energy. And in doing so, they did rebuild the defenses, the walls all around Jerusalem. And in doing this, it aroused everyone out of their spiritual slumber to become more focused upon God again. Is there a Nehemiah around you? Are you a Nehemiah? Or is there someone at your church? Or is your church devoid of Nehemiah or Nehemiahs? Your preachers, your pastors, they can preach and they can speak and teach, but are they there to build? Or just to look good like the Pharisees? This is the question all day, every day.